Few survival tools from history pack the kind of quiet genius that makes modern preppers stop and take notes. One of these is a stove developed during World War I, a device so simple, so brutally effective, that it was quickly shelved and almost disappeared from memory. Today, it might be the single piece of gear that could make your modern survival setup look, well, a bit amateurish. During World War I, soldiers faced freezing trenches, soggy conditions, and supply lines that often failed. Food was scarce, morale was fragile, and a warm meal was more than comfort. It was survival. Enter the stove that changed everything. Small, compact, and unbelievably efficient, it wasn't just a stove. It was a frontline lifesaver. This wasn't your ordinary cooking device. Engineers designed it to burn almost anything. Twigs, scraps of wood, even coal remnants could be used. The stove's genius lay in its ability to produce maximum heat with minimal fuel. Unlike the cumbersome gear we're used to seeing in modern prepper setups, this stove could be carried easily in a backpack, tucked into a trench, or slipped into a kit without adding weight or bulk. Soldiers discovered that this stove didn't just cook food, it allowed them to boil water and stay hydrated, which was crucial when contamination and disease were rampant. In freezing conditions, a stove that could rapidly bring water to a boil was literally the difference between life and death. What made this stove remarkable was not just its portability, but the precision of its design. Every vent, every little metal flap was calculated to direct heat efficiently. The result was a fire that burned hotter and longer than most people expected from a device that could fit in the palm of your hand. Fuel consumption was minimal, so soldiers could stretch limited resources further. It was also nearly maintenance-free. Modern stoves often require constant cleaning, special fuel, or careful assembly. This stove thrived on simplicity. Soldiers could throw it in the mud, pick it up, and it would fire up again with the same intensity. That reliability made it invaluable on chaotic battlefields where every second counted. So why isn't this stove common knowledge today? Like many wartime innovations, once the war ended, mass production slowed and attention shifted to new technologies. Supplies were surplus, armies demobilized, and suddenly the little stove that could was left to gather dust in forgotten warehouses. Its simplicity was underrated, overshadowed by larger, flashier inventions. You know, history has a way of burying practical genius under the allure of the complex. Yet, the lessons remain. The stove's design is honestly a masterclass in efficiency, showing us that survival gear doesn't need to be elaborate to be effective. Less can truly be more. For preppers and survival enthusiasts today, this stove really offers some key insights. First, portability is non-negotiable. A device that can't be carried under stress or across tough terrain is just less useful than a small, sturdy tool that fits right into a backpack. Second, fuel flexibility is crucial. Modern stoves often require proprietary fuel, but, well, the ability to burn twigs, scraps, or other natural materials can honestly be a lifesaver when conventional supplies run dry. The stove also teaches us about durability. Modern designs often favor lightweight metals or plastics, which, can warp or break. The original World War II stove, made from robust metals and crafted to endure harsh conditions, could survive years of abuse and still function flawlessly. It's a solid reminder that when prepping, toughness and reliability sometimes trump novelty. But beyond design, the stove reflects a mindset. Soldiers weren't just thinking about cooking, they were thinking about survival, mobility, and efficiency under extreme pressure. That same mindset applies today. Prepping isn't about hoarding the newest gadget. It's about understanding tools that truly work when things go wrong. A stove like this challenges us to think differently. Could your survival kit function under constant stress, in mud, rain, And freezing wind? Could it keep you alive when every modern convenience is gone? The answer lies in adopting a principle the World War I engineers mastered: make it simple, make it reliable, and make it count when it matters most. Even decades later, the stove remains relevant. Modern backpacking and emergency survival gear often overcomplicate things. Look at this stove. It's a template for efficiency that transcends time. By studying how and why it worked, preppers can design kits that are lighter, more reliable, and far more effective than many commercial alternatives. This stove isn't just a relic, it's a survival blueprint. The same principles, fuel efficiency, portability, durability, and simplicity, can be applied to cooking, heating, and even shelter in emergencies today. Studying these forgotten tools gives us a leg up on modern survival, showing that sometimes old-school methods outperform new-age gadgets. The World War I survival stove is a testament to practical ingenuity. Its disappearance from mainstream knowledge doesn't diminish its value. On the contrary, it becomes a secret weapon for those willing to dig into history and apply what they learn. Every twist of metal and vent design tells a story about resilience, adaptability, and resourcefulness, the same qualities we need when prepping for the unexpected. If there's one takeaway from this forgotten stove, it's this: survival doesn't require flashy tools. It requires understanding, efficiency, and respect for what has already proven to work. The lessons from the trenches of World War I could easily save lives today, if we take the time to listen. If you want to see more of these forgotten frontline innovations brought back to life, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We dig deep into history to find practical lessons that still beat modern prepping techniques. Share this video with friends who love history, survival, or just cool gadgets from the past. Every like, comment, and subscription helps us keep uncovering these hidden gems, making you smarter, sharper, and better prepared for whatever comes next.